Hello all of you obsessed with traveling. Today I will give you ideas on how to make the most of a 5-6 week trip to Australia and New Zealand. Start with a flight to Singapore, 2-3 days stopover, then only 4 hours flight to Darwin, and you are then in Australia. Staying a few days in Darwin, Cairns, Adelaide, visiting for example Kangoroo Islands, and then to Sydney. These are 2-3 hours flights. Then from Sydney, a 12-day cruise around New Zealand, and ending with 5-6 days driving around in the northern New Zealand island. Then home via Hong Kong, 2-3 days in Hong Kong, and then back to Central Europe. To start with Singapore, it's a very nice place to make a stopover. Get a centrally located hotel, going to the Botanic Garden, the Orchid Garden, which is fantastic, and I would suggest that you take a boat trip on Singapore River, visiting Marina Bay Sands Hotel, and you see the view and the swimming pool at the 57th floor, and of course visiting Raffles Hotel and taking the Singapore Sling drink. In Darwin you need at least 1 day, full day tour to the Kakadu National Park. Next you fly to Cairns, staying at Port Douglas or Cairns. The most important is an outer reef cruise with snorkeling, and the next is an excursion to Cape Tribulation and the Rainforest, and also a cruise on the Daintree River. I would also recommend the Kuranda Scenic Railway and the Skyrail back. It's very humid in Cairns during the Australian summer, and you cannot swim in the sea because of jellyfish and crocodiles, so be aware of that. The flight from Cairns to Adelaide is about 3 hours, and Adelaide is a very nice city. It can be hot, but it's not humid. It's highly recommendable to take a tour to Kangoroo Island when you are in Adelaide. I would recommend an overnight tour because it's so much to see in Kangoroo Island concerning wildlife and nature. It's only about 2 hours flight from Adelaide to Sydney. I would recommend 3-4 days in Sydney. You of course have to visit the opera. You have to go to Bondi and Manly Beach, seeing the fantastic aquarium at in the Darling Harbour. After embarking Celebrity Solstice, 1 sea day, and we visit Melbourne. After crossing the Tasmanian Sea, we come to Milford Sound, where I recommend that you take an overnight excursion to to see the mainland of the southern island. And you also see a lot of other things like the birthplace of Bungy, and you end up in Dunedin, where you catch up with your ship, celebrity Solstice. The next port of call is Akaroa, with the possibility to go to Christchurch with a bus tour, and there you can see the consequences of the earthquake a few years ago. The following day the port of call is Wellington, the windiest city in the world. There you should definitely visit Zealandia, where they try to preserve the New Zealand nature in different ways. There is a cable car, so you can see the beautiful view over the harbor. After another sea day, the port of call is Tauranga, where you can, from that port of call, visit Rotorua. And the last port of call before Auckland is the Bay of Islands. I recommend renting a car in Auckland and taking a 4, 5, 6 days tour around the Northern Island. We started to go to the Coromandel Peninsula, where there is very nice places, for example the Cathedral Cove, the hot beach, the hot water beach, and you can after a few days in the Coromandel Peninsula proceed to Rotorua. On the way you will probably see some nice kiwi plantations. Rotorua is a highly touristic place with all these geysers and geo activity. And back to Auckland, where you can go up in the Sky Tower, for example, and seeing some of the surroundings in Auckland. There is a 12-hour flight to Hong Kong, where you can at least spend 2-3 days. It's easy to spend 3 days in Hong Kong. You can visit the different markets, the night market, the jade market, the flower market, and also see the bird market, going up to the Victoria Peak, and if you're lucky you can even have some view, not sitting quite in the clouds. And after this you are probably well prepared to return to Central Europe or Scandinavia with a 12-hour flight. The main advantage with this trip that it is varied. You vary between domestic flights in Australia and then cruising and driving in New Zealand. And of course you can make a lot of changes to the details in this trip. So good luck with planning and performing the New Zealand-Australia trip. Thank you.